Hey guys, welcome back. Happy Memorial Day. Chili Sportscards here. I haven't made a video in I think about a week now, week and a couple days. I've been really busy packing and cleaning and getting ready for this move. I should be getting keys probably on Wednesday. So yeah, I've just been real busy. I appreciate everybody that's recently subscribed to my channel and you know, stuck with me and stuff like that. I definitely plan on making some more videos in the coming future, but like I said, I'm going to be really busy with moving and some other stuff that's going on with life in general. And I just wanted to make this last video of my last Mailday, you know, video at my apartment. I'm going to be moving only about 2 miles away into a nice house. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and open this this last package that I ordered. It's definitely not anything super super big. I haven't been able to spend a lot of money on sports cards right now because when you're in the closing of escrow process, you really can't be spending a lot of money on stuff. And so I haven't been selling a lot of stuff either, so you know, that's one of the reasons why I haven't been buying that much. So anyways, let's go ahead and open this up. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up off camera a little bit so I can get it done a little bit quicker for you guys. So here's the package and the reveal. And you might be wondering what the heck this card is. This is a card that came out in 1997. It's by Topps and it's called Screenplay. I'm gonna see if I can take this flash off because it's kind of ruining the video quality. Well, let me see if I can adjust the light a little bit. So, for those of you guys that are kind of newer to the hobby or that haven't been around, you know, or weren't around in the early 90s, Topps came out with this card. They came in tins and they're like $15 at the time. They were really, really awesome, man. And it, like I said, it is a Topps card. You can see right there where it says Topps. You know, you get to see, you know, certain players do movements, you know, where they were like grounding a ball. I think I spent $5 on this card. It was one that I didn't have. I have a couple of them. I think I have like a Derek Jeter, an A-Rod, and like a Jeff Bagwell or something like that, but I didn't have a Griffey. And man, the light on this thing. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take off my my flash. So anyways, I guess we'll just deal with it. But as you can see here, like just taking a look at this card, how cool it is that you could actually see, you know, the players actually, you know, Griffey with his sweet swing, you know, doing a, basically it looked like he hit a home run the way he followed through. You know, his name changes, Ken Griffey Jr., and it slides over. And on the back, it's just like a reverse negative, basically. I probably will send this card to get graded. I don't know how it'll do. Looking at it, it has like a little funny scratch in the back. It's definitely not a flawless, perfect card by any means. But the reason that I bought this card is because I wanted to talk about it. You know, it's thick. You know, it's real thick. It's sturdy. The 3D stuff in the card, you know, I think is really, really awesome. Hey, what are you guys doing? My dogs are kind of up to no good over here. You know, I think that cards like this, man, I mean, I think that they were kind of the future. I mean, you know, I know that Sportsflix had a card like this back in like 1986 or something like that. I think even there was a Barry Bonds rookie card that was a Sportsflix. But when you talk about how this card was made, the durability, the quality, and then the movement of it and stuff like that, I think it was really good, you know, compared to the Sportsflix. And you know, just going out there on a limb, you know how all the sports cards prices right now are going crazy. If this was a Jordan and you got to see him do a, you know, dunk with this, you know, tongue sticking out over Sean Kemp or Shaq or, you know, Penny Hardaway or something like that, or one of the bad boy Pistons, how much do you guys think that card like this would go for if it was a Jordan? You know, like, this is so much cooler of a card because of how it moves. You know, it's the same size as a regular card, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. You know, back in the day, I totally remember these cards, and I bought a couple of them, and I did not pull the Griffey that I wanted, you know, and I knew that I'd eventually, you know, get one day, but these cards are stupid cheap, man. For being a Topps card, you know, I think I spent, like I said, like $5 or $6 on this card, and look how freaking cool it is. It's just way awesome. And I'm probably spending too much time on it, but it's the only card that I ordered, you know. It was just something that I thought that was really cool that I've wanted for a long time, of my favorite player. And I just wanted to share it with you guys. You know, I think that cards like this are definitely unique because they're just not an everyday card. They're not a paper card. They're not a chrome card. You know, you get to see him moving. You know, how cool is that, you know? I think cards like this have, you know, I just think that they're super undervalued in today's market, you know? Especially this one being a Topps, you know, this is Topps. This isn't Sportflix, it's not Sky Motion, it's not any other of the other, you know, I think Upper Deck came out with these really big ones called Diamond Vision, which are kind of tacky. But yeah, this is an actual Topps product. It came in a nice tin with the player picture on the tin, and I think these are just so super extremely undervalued. You know, it's crazy to me. This is a card that I will be sending into SGC to get graded, because I definitely want to have it for my my SGC PC, you know, my Griffey PC. You know, if you're a kid and you're looking at somebody's cards and you see a card like this, you know, which card are you going to pick up and look at first? You're going to probably pick up a card like this because you can see that it's way different and it moves. You know what I'm saying? And I think that there's a big value in that to me. You know, is it autographed? Is it a rookie card? No. But, you know, overall, it's just, I don't know, it's just so much cooler, you know? So think about picking up some of these cards. I do remember buying a couple basketball back in the day, but I don't think that they were Topps cards. I think that they were called Sky Motion. I think that you could get a Kevin Garnett rookie card in that set, probably a Jordan. I don't know if he was still in baseball at that time. You know, probably a few good basketball players. I don't think Kobe was in there yet. But I do remember them having something like this back in the day for basketball. And I think even those cards are super undervalued, even in a market as strong as basketball today. So it's kind of nuts to me, man. I think that these cards are so cool. And I'm really glad that I picked one up finally. And it's going to definitely get graded. It'll probably grade like a 9 or something like that, you know, which is fine. I don't really care too much. It's just, for me, it's one of those nostalgic cards, cards that's always been fresh in my memory that I've always wanted. And it wasn't expensive, and that's great for me, you know what I mean? So, anyways, while I'm sitting here talking about 90s and 90s inserts, if you guys think about the way that the cards are today, there are some really cool cards out in today's market. Some of the newer products with the autographs and, you know, the different colors. You know, you can get different colors, but mainly that's going to be it. You know, you have some inserts that are like, you know, 1 in every 2 or 3, 4, you know, we're talking about golds, rainbow foils. You know, you got some of the rare ones where they're vintage stocks, and, you know, you got some other, you know, inserts that are like totally different designs where they're, you know, 1 in 4 packs or 1 in 8 packs. You know, cloth cards, you know, there's all kinds of cool stuff out there, but to me, nothing really compares to the 90s inserts where you can get, you know, some of these cards that look way different designs. They look nothing like the base cards. and they're like one in every 288 packs, or like the Pacific Paramounts were like really rare, like one out of every 750 cards or something like that, you know. To me, what made that such a really big deal and such a big part of the hobby for a lot of people was because, you know, a rookie season for a guy is usually just 1 year, you know, maybe a couple, depending on the situation, the player, and if it was pre-2006 or whatever have you, right? Well, inserts were a way for collectors to keep collecting their favorite players, and they weren't just base cards, and the cards had some value to them. You know, inserts were special at that time. You know, and the fact that they didn't look like the base card and it was just a different color, like how it is today for the most part, made it that much better. You know, there are cards out there, like I said, that are newer that have different styles, like the Gypsy Queen has those tarot cards, and there's all kinds of, you know, inserts and stuff like that, but basically the really rare ones are just different colors and with different serial numbers and stuff like that for the most part, or autographs. And I'm really hoping that, you know, some of the newer, or the card makers that are making cards in both Panini, basketball, football, and baseball, realize that there's a lot of guys out there like myself that really miss some of the rare inserts from the 90s. And they start actually coming out with some new designs, some innovation, you know what I mean? Like, you know, back in the day, there was cards that had wood and acetate, and, you know, just, I mean, they did all kinds of cool stuff. The die cuts, the I mean, you name it, man, they did it, you know. The ball texture. I remember Upper Deck used to make those sweet spot signatures where it looked like a ball and there was an autograph in them, and it looked like it was actually like a piece of ball. Like, I mean, those cards were awesome. They didn't have a good player photo on them, but, you know, it was still a pretty dang cool card, you know what I mean? So, you know, I feel like there's a lot of jersey cards out there too, which is really awesome. I really like jersey cards. I like jersey cards more than I do autographs. I know that they're not as collectible, and I know the values on them aren't as high, but that's kind of one of the reasons I like them, because I think that they're more rare sometimes. Like in a Topps Gold label, you get a game relic, one per case, where you get an autograph, gold framed autograph in every box. You know, sometimes they're more rare and sometimes they're not, and then sometimes you get the best of both worlds, where you get the jersey and the autograph. But yeah, to me, an autograph is nothing more than a player putting a pen to a sticker or the actual card and writing down, "This is how I sign my name." That's what he does. He just writes his name. Well, you already know what his name is, you know, and I guess it's cool that he signed it. But would you rather him just sign a card, or would you rather have a piece of jersey that he wore in a game that he hit a home run in, you know, that you were at, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that the jersey cards are just so much cooler, and I think that's one of the reasons that I think that they're undervalued. But yeah, I really do wish that they would come back out with some different kind of inserts, some better looking ones, some shiny ones. You know, different, you know, thunder strikes, or, I mean, just, you name it, man. I mean, just something, you know. I think that would be really a good thing for the hobby if they started making more inserts. You know, give us a way to start collecting the veteran players again. You know, there's a lot of times when I see a really rare, you know, like Nolan Arenado jersey card for like under $2 or $5, you know, and it's a rare card. It's like a one out of every 100 pack type of thing. And people aren't just picking them up. They're not spending money on it. And I think that's a shame. You know, of course, my Trout cards are going to sell pretty well. But, you know, nothing compared to, you know, an autograph. And I just don't like it very much, you know. But anyway, getting off of that topic, last topic that I wanted to talk to you guys today about is the prices of the cards right now. The prices on the cards right now are definitely way up, man. Just like super high, and you have to ask yourself a question, you know, what's going on? You know, why are these cards going for so much money right now? Cards that really never had much value before, you know, they got value. Like, take for instance, like the 1990 score Bo Jackson football card pad, where he has the pads on and he has the bat. You know, some of those graded cards are selling for over $200 where, you know, 5 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago, whatever, you can get that card for a few bucks all day. And whoever you paid that, you know, $4 to, you know, was probably going to be pretty happy about it. Well, now the card's soaring over $200, you know, graded 10s and stuff like that. And you have to ask yourself, you know, as a collector, as somebody that's involved in this hobby, you know, what's going on? And I'm sure that you already have. And I'm sure that you've already thought about it a lot and talked to guys about it. And a lot of people are thinking that, you know, just because sports are gone and the casinos are down, that a lot of it has to do with people getting their fix. You know, they're spending big money on the cards right now because it's like gambling for them. So, you know, when everything gets back to normal, what's going to happen to these sports cards? You know, are they going to stay? Are they going to, the value going to, you know, is it going to go away? Are they going to go back down? You know, what's going to happen? I don't have an answer to that. You know, I wish that I did. I wish I could read the future. But what I think is going to happen, and that's just my opinion, I think that some cards are going to stay, and I think that some cards won't. Yeah, I mean, I just can't see all cards, you know, going back down to the values that they were a year ago. And then some cards, I think, definitely will. You know, it's sometimes about supply and demand and what's out there. And if it's a card that, you know, isn't really that big of a deal, and some of this stuff cools off or whatever, you know, some of these cards will eventually go down. And some of the, you know, some of the like newer rookies, you know, they will probably start to playing games at some point, and people are going to realize that, oh, they ain't that good, or the hype isn't there. You know, they're not. It's not there. So those cards are going to go down too. You know, I can tell you from what I've seen as somebody that played organized baseball at a pretty decent level, somebody that's been in the game for a long time. You know, my dad played, my great-grandfather played professionally for the Reds in the 40s. I used to breathe, eat, everything's baseball. And I've like I said, I played the game at a pretty high level, and I don't want to go too much into that, but I've been around the game for a long time, and I know what I'm talking about. And what I've seen out of Juan Soto, watching him play, especially, you know, just comparing him and Ronald Acuna Jr., Juan Soto is miles ahead of Acuna. His instincts, the way that he pays attention to the ball, and the way that he just carries himself on the ball field, what he does after he hits a ball, and the way he rounds the bases, and you know, his gap power. I mean, Juan Soto, his age, that guy's the real deal, man. He's a lot of fun to watch. He's real animated. I think that's going to be a big draw for fans. You know, I think Juan Soto is the guy that you guys really want to invest in right now, especially if you're talking about just the other guy. Out of the two guys, him and Acuna, that's just my personal opinion. So the Nationals, just to come off a World Series, I think that the Braves and the Nationals are going to really go at it, you know, for years to come. But anyway, so just a little tip for me to you guys. Believe me, I know I've seen enough from Juan Soto to know that he's going to be a beast. And he's really young, and I know that there's a lot of hype around that. I got a really interesting email, a message on eBay. I got an offer because I was checking out a certain card from a seller, and it kind of like, honestly, guys, the message kind of bummed me out, because I got an offer for a 2013 Bowman Chrome, not the Bowman Draft Chrome, the just basic Bowman Chrome, gold, number to 50, PSA 9 Anthony Rendon rookie card. Now, Anthony Rendon just came off a World Series where he contributed majorly. You know, he had a great year. You know, a lot of people think that Anthony Rendon should have won the MVP last year. And, you know, I can't disagree with anybody on that subject, because his team won the World Series. And if he wasn't there, you know, they might not have won, you know. And he did a lot of really good things for that team during that season. He had a high average. His OPS was great. His WAR numbers were awesome. You know, his average, home runs, RBI. You know, everything about Anthony Rendon's season was solid. And I think that Cody Bellinger was really up and really down, and he had a really high WAR because he played so many different positions. But you know, those are inflated numbers. When Cody Bellinger, when it came time for him to produce, he was usually popping up or striking out. You know, Anthony Rendon was putting, you know, balls, you know, down the line, hitting doubles, and you know, moving guys over and hitting home runs and doing things to get his team to win. You know, so I think that debate is definitely very arguable, and I think that maybe he probably should have won the MVP. But anyway, yeah, I got a message for this Anthony Rendon 2013 Bowman Chrome number to 50 PSA 9 rookie card, and he was trying to sell it for I think $69, $70. He sent me an offer for $60. And I'm looking at, you know, SGC 9 or 9.5, SGC 10, Luis Robert cards, you know, that are selling for $250, $300. The Bowman Chromes that aren't gold, that aren't numbered. He's never played a freaking single damn game yet. And I understand that there's some hype around the kid and that he's probably pretty decent and he's got good athleticism and, you know, what have you. But he's on the White Sox. You know, they probably aren't going to, you know, win the whole World Series. They're probably not going to get past the Astros or the Yankees. And, yeah, don't get me wrong. The guy could come into the league and then hit 30 home runs and steal 40 bases and have a great year and be awesome in the outfield or whatever. But that doesn't mean that he's going to do that for year after year after year. You know, I know that the guy's young and everybody's looking for the guy that's young that's going to be maybe the next Ken Griffey Jr. or the next Mike Trout, but let the guy play a little bit first before you guys just, you know, spend buku bucks on this guy. You know what I mean? You got a guy over here like Anthony Rendon who basically has been a stud the last 3 or 4 years. He's had a WAR over 6.0. You know, I was talking to Bobbles about this guy, and he showed me that stat. Bobbles and Cards is a YouTube channel on here. If you guys aren't subscribed to Bobbles and Cards, he's a real nice guy, a real cool guy. I definitely recommend you guys jumping over and checking out his channel. Along with Natsman72 and Guns and Collectibles. Guns, Cards, and Collectibles. Go check out their channel. Those are the SGC Mafia guys that I'm affiliated with. So, anyway, basically, Anthony Rendon and Mike Trout are the only two players in all of MLB that have a WAR of 6.0 or higher for the last 3 seasons. 2 players, that's it, and they're on the same team now, so it's a pretty cool thing. You know, I don't know if it's going to mean that the Angels go, you know, and get past the Astros, you know. I hope they do. I really do. But I think the Mariners have some young prospects coming up like Kyle Lewis, and I think that they're going to be much a better team also. I'm trying to think of the American League West. You got the A's. The A's have a really good team too, so I think the AL West is going to be pretty interesting to watch this year. But going back to the Rendon card, man, I mean, look at how accomplished he is and how little love he gets in the hobby compared to this guy that's never even played. I think that everybody, you know, in any kind of area in life kind of needs a life coach. They kind of need somebody to open up their eyes. They need somebody to tell them that basically, you know, they like I said, they need to open up their eyes and they need to hear it how it is. The way that the sports card industry right now, the way it is, there's nothing wrong with it. There's a market and things are worth certain things because people are spending a certain amount of money on it. But the way that it is with eBay and the way that it can be manipulated with certain people and selling certain cards for certain things and then actually not even selling them, you know, and then the show bidding, it ain't a good thing, guys. You know, when this stuff is over and a lot of these cards go back down in price, a lot of people are going to end up losing a lot of money. And, you know, that's why I'm not into it. I don't buy into it. You guys, if you guys check out my store, I'm not selling those type of cards. You know, I just don't buy into it. I don't believe in it. And there's nothing wrong with anybody doing that kind of stuff. If they're selling these newer cards that are grade 10s for for good money. We're talking, I don't know, like I said, like that Luis Robert guy, or the Yordan Alvarez rookie cards, or, I don't know, anybody that's new. Some of these cards are going for a lot of money, and there's nothing wrong with that because that's what the market is. But at the end of the day, I just don't believe in it, so that's why I don't do it. I could go out and buy Topps cards. I can go out and spend, $100 at retail on 2020 Topps cards and pull some of these newer rookies and then get them graded at 10 because they're brand new cards and make money on it right now. But I'm not doing it because I just don't believe in it. And there's nothing wrong with doing it. Like I said, I'm just saying the market's crazy right now. And I don't think that this stuff is going to hold value. So I don't want people spending money, giving me money on their cards that I don't believe are going to move up in value. Cards like this, I think that cards like this should move up in value. They're way cooler than a regular card. Look at, you can see Ken Griffey Jr. in his sweet swing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how awesome is that? Cards like, I'm a big Nolan Arenado guy. I think that his stats, that they're just been too good for too long. And he's getting ignored because he's a third baseman and he plays in Colorado. But I've done videos about him before. Check it out, Mike Trout versus Nolan Arenado. Mike Trout versus Mike Schmidt. Arenado ain't no joke, guys. And his cards are, I think priced a little bit lower than what they should be. But, if he has a couple more seasons where he's having the years that he's having right now, look out, man. I think that his price, it wouldn't surprise me one little bit to see his prices almost match Mike Trout prices. Another thing, Hank Aaron. I think Hank Aaron is super, super undervalued, guys. Interesting stat about Hank Aaron. He's the only member of the 700 home run, 3,000 hit club. He's the only one. Babe Ruth did not have 3,000 hits. Barry Bonds did not have 3,000 hits. The only person in all of MLB history to have over 700 home runs and 3,000 hits is Hank Aaron. Okay? And what's even mind-blowing about him is if you take away every single one of his 755 home runs, he still has over 3,000 hits. What Hank Aaron is most known for is 755 home runs and beating Babe Ruth. If you take away all of his home runs, he still has over 3,000 hits. Wrap your guys' mind around that for a second. Why aren't his cards outselling Mantle cards? Why aren't his cards outselling Willie Mays cards? His rookie year is only 2 years older than the 52 tops. Is that 52 tops and the 54 tops, are they pretty much on the same level as being rare? Can you go out and find packs in 1952 or 1954? No, you can't. You can't go find those. You might be able to find them at a real big card show like the Nationals, but you're going to end up spending $200,000 on the pack or some crazy astronomical price on them. You know what I'm saying? But you can find a nice graded 3, graded 4, graded 5 Hank Aaron card for under $3,000. And you guys are out there spending $3,000 or $4,000 on a 2011 Trout update paper card that's like 10 years old. You guys need to wake up out there, man. You guys really need to think about what's going on and what you're doing. Mike Trout's been a great player so far, but he's not the GOAT. He's just not. He's never going to even hit 700 home runs. If you take into consideration Mike Trout, the way that the game is played today, we can all pretty much agree that we've seen the best Mike Trout we're going to see, right? Okay? He's in his prime. He's 28, 29 years old. By the time he gets back into the game and everything's playing again, he's going to be 30. It won't be, 3 or 4 more years until he really starts to slow down. So you take his home run numbers and you say, okay, well, his best season's been about 40 to 45 home runs. You give him the benefit of doubt. You give him the 45. You give him, 4 years at 45 home runs, 9, 8, and 1, 8, and that's like what? 180 is 360, plus the 290s that he has, and then a couple slowdown years until he's 40. I've already broken it down. He's only going to end up with about 660 home runs, just about as much as Ken Griffey Jr. He's not going to even come close to 700, guys. When you guys, you got Hank Aaron over here with, 3,800 hits and 755 home runs. A card that's 1954, that's almost 70 years old. The guy's about to die. You know, I mean, hopefully we don't see that happen for a little while. I don't think anybody wants anybody to die, but let's face it, Hank Aaron's up there. He's like 90-something years old. It could happen anytime. And his rookie card's only worth like, a pretty decent one is only worth about $3,000. Are you guys kidding me? Y'all need to wake up and smell the whatever you guys need to smell, man, because this hobby right now is freaking insane. And there's a lot of people out there that are spending way too much money on certain cards that shouldn't be spent. There's a lot of guys out there that are selling some of these cards and taking advantage of people when they shouldn't be. And at the end of the day, if you've been in this hobby for a long time like I have, and you know about it and you're educated about it, you know what cards are really worth in a normal time. Right now, we're not in a normal time, so don't burn people out there. Don't be selling cards out there to people when you really have an idea that the cards aren't going to be holding their value. I'm not. That's not what I'm about. And I think that people that that are in this hobby, make your money, but don't be ripping people off either. You know what I'm saying? There's a way for all of us to get along and have fun and make good money in the hobby. Just make it cleanly, you know what I'm saying? You guys want to knock Barry Bonds for being dirty when you guys are... Some guys out there, they're doing dirty stuff and overselling, priced cards and stuff like that. So, check yourself before you wreck yourself, you know what I'm saying? Me and SGC Mafia, we're coming to get you guys. So, I'm just messing with y'all. That's enough venting for me for the day. And I'm going to cut this video right there. So I'm not gonna be on for a while, but yeah, please don't unsubscribe to me, anything like that. If you guys like hearing the truth about things, and you guys most of the time I'm right. Like, I mean, if you go back to Mike Childers on YouTube, I started sending in cards to SGC, some of these modern cards as early as July, August last year, before Elite Code, before a lot of guys. Because when I got back into this hobby and I started buying some nice cards that I wanted to send in to get graded, I had a total unbiased situation because I hadn't been around for a little bit. I took a break. And so what did I do before I sent in any cards to any company? I did some research. I looked into them. And when I looked into Beckett, I was like, these cards are expensive. But, I sent my first batch into Beckett just to see how I liked it. I did a little 4-order submission, and I didn't like it. I thought that they graded me too tough. I didn't like it at all. And so I was looking at PSA and SGC for my next order. And I was thinking, SGC is really known for, doing the vintage stuff. But I didn't see anywhere on their website where it said that they didn't do modern. So I gave them a call and I said, hey, I got some of these newer modern cards. Do you guys grade those? I'm kind of hearing some stuff that you guys don't even handle those. And they're like, no, you send them in, we do it. And this is way before SGC got, really big because the other two closed. And I was like one of the first guys, that I seen on YouTube to send in modern cards and get them back. And, that's what I did. I chose SGC over PSA because I read about a lot of stuff that PSA was involved in scandals and trimming cards and stuff like that. And I didn't like that. That's not what I'm about, you know what I mean? So I was like, well, F PSA, And I have sent cards into PSA one time, a long time ago. I had the guy at a card shop help me do it. And, I paid for them, and then I ended up getting them back at the card shop, and then I went and picked them up. And I thought they were okay. I had no arguments with the grades, and I thought they did a good job. And I like PSA. I wish that I still like PSA. I really do. The truth is PSA has a nice case. They look good. I like the red labels and the way they look, and everything about the case is fine. There's no issues. I think that some cards probably look better in PSA cases. I just watched an Elite Code video, and he said the same thing, and it's true, If you look at that, like a 2018 Topps Gold label, Ronald Acuna red parallel that's numbered to 50 or something like that, that red and red goes good together. It looks nice. You know what I mean? There's certain cards that do look better in PSA cases, whether you guys want to believe that or not. It's true. But at the same time, that's also opinion, so you can think whatever you want, but... At the end of the day, for me personally, with PSA right now, there's just no good reason to use them. They charge you too much to grade a card. I don't want you to pay for a membership. You don't have to, but if you don't, you're going to spend a lot of money to grade one card. It's going to come out to like $34 a card. I can send in a card to SGC and it costs me about $13, maybe $12. With all the process shipping and insurance and everything, it's $10 plus a couple dollars extra to get it back to you. Maybe $13-14 at the most, compared to the PSA's $34. That's an extra $20. So I can get 3 cards graded at SGC for the price of one at PSA without doing a membership, and that's worth it to me. Overall, I like SGC the best. I think their customer service kicks butt. I think they're great. I think that the way that they do that black stuff that's inside the case makes the cards pop a lot of the times. Not every card. I think some of the duller gray chrome cards in those cases look awful. I don't think that they complement each other very well at all. But a lot of cards, especially whiteboard cards, some vintage cards, I think that they pop in there, man. The purples, the oranges, the golds. I think SGC has the best looking case overall. And the labels I've kind of grown on. I like them. I don't like the newer labels as much as I like some of the older ones, but they're still fine. I wish they would get their autograph thing together, because sometimes they put the autograph grade on the cards and sometimes they don't. I don't really know exactly why that is. I know that on the website it says something about the year 2000 or newer. If it's 2000 or newer and it's a certified autograph, they will give you the autograph grade. If it's not, then they won't. So that's coming straight from SGC website, and I'm just relaying that information to you guys. But I've also sent in cards that have autographs on them that are certified autos and that I didn't get autograph grades. If you guys check out one of my older videos, you go to Mike Childers YouTube, and I sent in a Walker Buehler 2018 Topps purple refractor, and it didn't have auto grade on it. And my Matt Chapman Panini Contenders does not have an autograph grade on it. Heck, I got a Mike Trout pristine gold label without the gold. That was kind of crappy. I don't know if they just ran out of the gold material or whatever, but yeah, I've got a pristine 10 without the gold foil stuff on it, and that was kind of upsetting. So SGC has not been perfect in my book either. But overall, I do like them better than I liked Beckett, and I won't even go through PSA right now and stuff like that. So SGC Mafia has begun. Whatever. I might still buy PSA stuff, but only if it's a good price. And I might consider snapping that case and sending it into SGC at the end of the day anyways. So it just depends on the card and the price. But I think that there's a lot of people that are on board with that, and a lot of people that are switching over to SGC. And I think that's a good thing, because I think that they are the last honest grading company out there right now. For me, Beckett, with all this prices on these cards right now, I wish that we had Beckett, and I wish that it held water, because I think that would keep a lot of bonehead people out there from overspending on cards right now. Because that's what it did. Beckett used to do 2 things for us. It was our Bible. It told us what a card was worth and what we should expect to sell a card for. And it also told us, oh, you shouldn't overpay for this card, and that's how much you should pay for a card. So there was maybe a little bit of bargaining and stuff like that. But if you went to a card show, you pointed at a card and said, yeah, I like that card right there, I want to buy that from you. And he had it priced at $150, and then you pulled out the Beckett, and that card wasn't graded yet, and it was just a raw card. And you pointed out and said, oh, Beckett says it's $100. I'll offer you 95 for it, or 100, or the 90, or 110. And you try to talk him down a little bit. At the end of the day, he's probably going to go, oh, shoot, I overpriced it, my bad. Yeah, I'll take the $100 for it. You know what I mean? And that's how it was. And, something that is, today's a whole different thing. The media, and as fast as things happen, and Beckett couldn't keep up with it. But at the same time, of course, there's going to be things like that happen, but like what's happened in sports the last few months? Look at Emmitt Smith rookie cards. They've been going up big time. Well, what has Emmitt Smith done in the last 5 months or 8 months? Not a damn thing, man. But you know what? His cards are going up because of all this, people not being able to gamble and stuff like that. So Emmitt Smith is the all-time leading rusher for a career. Do I think that his cards will go back down? Maybe a little bit, but not as much as some of the other cards that are going up. You know what I'm saying? So, I keep forgetting to move this card because I'm pretty sure it's kind of boring just sitting here listening to vent about stuff. But some of the stuff that I'm talking about right now, I feel like that it just needs to be said. And if I'm getting even, if my voice is getting even out there a little bit to some people, and they like what I'm saying, and they're like, wow, this guy's right. He's telling it how it is and what we all need to hear. And I like his approach, because I do have some of that. That's why I think that a lot of people that are subscribed to me are subscribed to me because I'm different. I'm not afraid to put people on blast. I'm not afraid to tell you how it is and give you guys the truth, Just because you have a whole bunch of subscribers does not mean that you know more or that you're smarter or that you spend more or it doesn't mean anything. All that it means is that you have a bunch of people that follow you, that like you. Well, nothing against people that have big channels, but they don't talk about the stuff that I talk about because they're afraid to talk about the stuff that I talk about because they don't want to rub people the wrong way. They don't want to, hurt people's feelings. Well, guess what? I'm a CO. I'm a correctional officer. I work with some of the worst people in California on a daily basis. I'm not afraid of what some little teenager that thinks he knows about everything about sports cards wants to talk about to me. If he wants to say something negative or give me a thumbs down on my channel, I don't care. You guys can do that all you want. It's all good. It doesn't bother me, not even a little bit. But I try to help the kid out. Yeah, sure. If he has a disagreement with something that I'm talking about and he wants to, message me something about it, we can talk about it, I'm not here to make enemies, but I'm definitely not here to sugarcoat it either. You know what I mean? So, look, at the end of the day, guys, this hobby right now is very exciting and it's a lot of fun. But you guys really got to think about what you guys are doing and what you're spending your money on and how much you're spending your money on. Don't get ripped off. Don't overspend. Keep it logical. Keep it common sense in mind. You know what I'm saying? Have fun with it. Buy the stuff that you like, and just have fun. Have fun with it right now. It's a fun time. It's a real exciting time. Probably the most exciting time that I've ever seen. There's Michael Jordan rookie cards that are breaking records right now. PSA 10 selling for $100,000. Just really super exciting stuff is going on right now. And it's really fun to be a part of and fun to see. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end my video right there. Please just take a moment out of your busy, hectic lives and give me a thumbs up and like. If you're not subscribed to my channel and you've been watching this video and you liked what I had to say, give me a subscribe. I'm going to be making more videos coming up. I'm going to be doing a lot more, other kind of content and stuff like that. And I'm really looking forward to making some other stuff, which is something that I want to do. I definitely want to get better at that video making and the editing and doing some of the other stuff that some of the other bigger channels do. So it should be good times. I'm looking forward to it. Right now I'm just so busy with my move that I don't have a lot of time right now, and haven't been spending a lot of money, obviously. So but yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Just because a card isn't valuable right now doesn't mean that it won't be. They didn't make a whole bunch of these cards, and they were like $15 a tin back in the day, which would be like $30 now. And I bought this card for $6, the top player in the set. Well, why is that? How much cooler is this than a regular freaking card? It's way cooler. I guarantee you no kid in the entire world would take a regular card over this. You know what I'm saying? And, what's everybody thinking about out there, All right. Happy Memorial Day, everybody. Thank you very much. God bless. Stay safe. And that's it. I'll talk to you later.